Hello. I'm just setting up here a little bit, so I'll be on in a couple minutes if anyone is watching. If anyone's on already and has any requests, you can just pop it in the chat and we'll try and cover everything. Just a couple more minutes and I'll get started. All right, good morning again. Sorry it's dark in here, a little darker in here. Again, we need to get a new light from the maintenance people. Our light is just like, it'd be like a rave in here. Although I'm kind of dressed for one. But holy moly, yesterday was awesome. I won this like free retreat on Instagram with Guru Jogget. It's called Camp Grace, and it was like 500 women. And yesterday I attended, it was like 12 hours of chanting Kundalini and breath work. We did like a 2-hour rebirthing session. There was like a cool Zoom call at the end. And then after all of that whole day, we had it was 8:45 here, 7:45 in California, but the mass meditation, which I was out at the dog park for, so I couldn't 100% focus on meditating with everyone, but I did take a moment to close my eyes and just kind of imagine the new world, which was what everyone was meditating for. But there were over 1 million people around the globe meditating all at the same time, and I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It's really, really beautiful, I think. But yeah, so today I hope everyone's feeling good. Moving towards the full moon on the 7th, so a little bit more high energy. Maybe you're like going a little extra stir crazy in your house. Definitely a good time to move the body. I find yesterday we had a lot of shaking, like dancing around and just flailing the arms and shaking them, and just kind of get that energy moving and really coming back into your body. after everything that was going on, like astrologically yesterday. Today it's my favorite. It's Soul Session Sundays with Blue on the createcommunity.com. It's a free platform that I've been following for the last couple weeks. Adam Roa started it. I can leave a link if anyone's interested, but there's Sunday Soul Sessions with Blue at 12:15 in Colorado. And she does like an hour, just little talk, kind of holds like a ceremony for everyone. And then after that, there is a woman, I can't remember her name right now, but she does a kind of just an astrology course. So she kind of goes in depth about what's happening on the graph, how to read the graphs, how to read your own graph. So it's really cool and a lot of knowledge packed in there if you don't know much about astrology or want to just learn a little bit more. So today we'll do a little bit of movement followed by a little meditation, and then if anyone wants to stick around, I have my 2 decks out, so we can kind of play with some card readings if anyone wants to at the end, and I'll do those for you. I decided every morning at 10 o'clock is a really good time for me and for most engagement, so I'm going to stick to this time. It's just when I wake up I need like an hour and a half to like make tea and just do my thing, so it's helpful for me too. But I'm really happy you guys are all tuning in and hope this is helpful for you. It's just a time to move our bodies and kind of have some gratitude together. So we will start, let's start in child's pose. So you can come back, take your knees nice and wide, and just come forward. Really relax through the hips, drop them down to the heels. Relax through the belly and just reach your fingertips forward. You can kind of inch your fingertips up the mat like this to get more of a stretch in the back and kind of under the armpits. And just start to deepen your breath. So you're pressing down through those hands, making this nice and active. Again, you should feel that nice stretch right under the armpits. You can rest your forehead on the mat. Maybe sway side to side a little bit. And then we're just going to do a little bit of rolling back and forth and be really gentle with yourself. I haven't really warmed up this morning at all, so we'll just take this nice and slow and gentle. But you're going to come from your child's pose and you just roll right over your knees. You can keep your toes up, and we're just going to kind of stretch through the back. Bend the elbows a lot. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, roll over the knees, coming back into child's pose. Inhale, coming up. Hi, Cindy. If you're just joining, we're just kind of stretching the back out a little bit, kind of a little cat-cow. So big inhale. Exhale, roll over the knees, come back to child's pose. Take an inhale, come back up. So we're basically just rolling over the knees, but stretching through the spine. Really inhale through the chest. Exhale, come back. Inhale, come up. And what I really love about repetitive movements like this is not only are you getting like the back stretch opposing directions, but it's also really good to help hone in on the breath and kind of bring you down into more of a meditative state, nice and calming. So you're just linking breath with movement, moving really nice and slow. Coming back, heels on the knees. Inhale, come on up. We'll just do a couple more. Big inhale. Exhale. Really let your low back be nice and relaxed and release through that area. Take an inhale, come back up. Exhale, come back into child's pose. And on an inhale, we're just going to come up to tabletop. So here you want your knees about as wide as your hips, fingertips nice and spread, pressing through the pads of the fingers. Engage through the belly, feel really strong there. Neck's nice and long, your gaze is right between your hands. And then I want you to inhale, bring that right heel back towards the wall. Exhale, tap that knee to the elbow. And inhale back. Exhale, tap the right knee to the right elbow. We're just getting into the core a little bit. So use your breath. Really exhale fully. Engage through the belly button. Big inhale, press that heel back. Exhale, tap the right knee to the right elbow. Big inhale. Exhale, tap. 2 more, big inhale. Exhale, tap. 1 more, big inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to inhale, bring that right leg all the way back, and you're just going to step on your toes. So this should get into your calves. So you're going to be in tabletop with that one leg stretched back behind you. So really stretch through that right leg. Feel that in your calves. You can even walk your hands forward a little bit. Just kind of take this as an organic movement wherever it feels best in your body, but we're just trying to really push through that right foot. Your toes are tucked and you're pressing back into that heel to get in the calf. And then on an inhale, we're going to take the left foot, kick it out to the side, come to the inner edge of the right foot. So we're going to take just a supported side plank. So your right arm comes up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, bend that left elbow a tiny bit to help with that shoulder, keeping away from the ear. And then maybe reach your right hand up, getting a really nice stretch across the whole right side of the body. Maybe look up, open the throat, engage the core. And then exhale, bring that right hand down. Bring the right knee back in, come back into tabletop. We'll just do 1 cat-cow between sides. So inhale, lift the head, drop the belly. And then exhale, round. Inhale, come back to neutral. Again, really spread through the fingertips. You're pressing through the pads of the fingers so you're protecting your wrists. And then bring that left heel back, pressing back towards the wall. So your foot's really flexed. And then take a big inhale. Make sure the hips are square. Exhale, bring that left knee to the left elbow. Inhale back. Exhale, tap. Inhale back. Exhale. Foot's flexed. You're really pushing back towards the wall. Exhale, push the air out of your belly. Bring the belly button up to the spine. Exhale. Keep using your breath with the movement of your leg. We'll do 1 more big inhale. Push that heel back. Exhale, bring it forward. Then on the inhale, bring that left foot back. Again, tucking the toes, just pressing back into the foot. Bring your hands forward if you need. Just trying to get into that calf. Just keep breathing into that muscle. With every exhale, imagine it releasing a little bit more. And then again, we'll come to a side plank on the right side. So you're going to flip your right foot over to the right, kind of like a nice little kickstand. Come to the inner edge of the left foot, and then inhale that left arm up. Bend through the right elbow a little bit. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And maybe bring that left arm up overhead. Nice big stretch along the left side body. Look up towards your hand. Open the throat. Big inhale. And then exhale, bring the hand down. We'll just come down and do a little embryo pose. So knees together. You can take your hands and reach for your heels. And just come forward. Rest the forehead on the mat. Maybe rock side to side. Perfect. And then on an inhale, you can roll on up. We're going to come up to our knees. And if your mat hurts your knees or your knees bother you at all, you can either take your mat and roll it back to make a second layer, or you can take like a blanket or like a pillow if it's nearby. Just pop your knees on there for a little extra support. And we're going to tuck our toes. Square the hips right over the knees. We're just going to take a little back bend here. So you can either put your hands face down on your back or fingers up, whatever is more comfortable for you. And just press your hands up, and you can almost feel your lower rib cage here. So you're taking your body and you're imagining it's being pulled up. So you're not going back at all. We're just reaching up. Almost like a string is pulling from your heart space. Elbows are pinching together. Belly is engaged. Just take a couple breaths here. Really feel the expansion through the chest. One more big breath in. And exhale, release. We'll just sit down on our heels. You can bring your hands to the tops of your legs. Just take a pause. Couple breaths. Feel your heart beating in your chest. And we're going to come back up to tabletop. And you can put your mat back if you have it folded, or you can put your blanket over to the side if you have one. And tuck your toes. We're going to come into downward dog, but my favorite way to get into this is first by lifting the knees. Engage the core, feel all that back engagement. Push the belly towards the tops of the thighs, so you're really getting a nice straight stretch through the back, and you should feel really nice and engaged in those fingertips. And then once you feel all of that length, then you can lengthen your legs or straighten them. And a little bend in the knees is totally fine. What we're looking for here is more length through the whole back. So from the crown of the head up, shooting out your tailbone. Let's take a couple breaths. Then on an inhale, we're just going to walk our feet all the way to meet the hands. You can keep the feet probably just like a foot apart or kind of hip width distance. Drop the head, and you can just let the arms hang, and we're just going to sway side to side. Maybe shake the head yes and no. And just sway nice and big. And then on an inhale, we're going to come all the way up. You can roll up or come up with a flat back, whatever is best for you. Arms come up. Pause here. Really feel that length through the hands. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And pause. Now we're going to go for a little balance here. So really find a good place for your right foot to be. So you can kind of move back and forth, make sure all the balls of your feet are nice and flat on the mat. I always like to lift my toes and put them back down. And then we're just going to bend through that right leg and lift that left leg up a tiny bit. And if this is where you want to stay, you're more than welcome to stay here. Otherwise, see if you can get that left ankle on top of that right leg, coming into figure 4. So once you get there, you can kind of drop the hips, drop the heart. Hands come to prayer. Good thing I have walls here. It really helps if you look at one thing and don't try and look around. And breathe. Couple more breaths. Really feel the strength coming in through that right leg. And then exhale. See if you can bring your hands down to the mat. Stay in that figure 4. That left foot is nice and flexed. And you can kind of push your ankle and into your knee, so you're using opposing forces to push into each other. That should open up that left hip quite nicely. Take a couple breaths here. And then on an exhale, you can release that left leg. Take a nice little forward fold. And for this forward fold, feet are together, and take your hands and you can kind of grasp behind your knees if that's accessible to you. And see if you can just pull yourself. I like to think of my nose kind of being pulled down towards the mat, getting that leg through the spine. And breathe. Take a big inhale. Exhale, drop the hands. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Big inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Do 3 more. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale. Really feel that release through the hamstrings. You're pulling your crown of the head towards the mat. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Just pause. And on an inhale, flat back, come all the way up. Reach up, look up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Then pause. Notice the difference in the right and the left side. We're going to do the same thing. So really find a nice firm grip on the left foot. Kind of rock back and forth. Lift the toes, put them back down. Bend that left knee. Then bend the right. Hold for a moment. If you wanted to stay here, you're more than welcome. Then if you feel you have the balance to put that right ankle on top of the left thigh, go there. Flex your right foot. And then if you can, take it a little deeper. See if you can keep your back up nice and straight. And again, you can kind of push your heel down into your knee to get in that hip a little bit more. Take one more breath. Big inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down nice and slow. If you can straighten that left leg a little bit. And then really just press that ankle into the top of the, above the left knee. So you're getting it really into that left, or the right hip. Couple breaths. One more big inhale. And exhale, you can release that right foot. Bend the knees a lot. And hug the backs of the legs again, but stay in this crouched position and just breathe. Find balance. If you need to open your eyes and look down, you can. And the last little push on this series with the legs. So keep your knees bent. We're going to come all the way up into chair. Use the power of this. It comes from the feet all the way up through the legs, kind of like winding up, ready to explode. So just hang in there for a couple breaths. One more big inhale. Exhale, come on up to standing. And pause and see if you can feel that energy traveling up through the legs. It's a really energizing pose if you're feeling a little low energy. And then take the arms. We're going to inhale up. Grab the left wrist with the right hand. And then exhale, come and tip on over, but you're not just tipping towards this way. You kind of want it to shoot up diagonally. So you're pulling through that left arm. Really stretching through the ribs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other hand. So you're grabbing that right wrist with your left arm. Really stretching through the right side body. Inhale to center. Exhale, release. And then take your legs about as wide as your mat. And we're just going to do a little bit of breath work. So on the inhale, you bring your arms up. Exhale. Then inhale, come up. Exhale. Really breathe and cut through the air. Big inhale. Big exhale. So you're almost like throwing away any frustrations, releasing any stagnant energy in the body. Exhale. Big inhale, just do a few more. Exhale. Big inhale. Exhale. Two more. Big inhale. Exhale. Last one. Big inhale. Exhale. And then take one more big inhale. Hands come to heart center. Bring the feet together. And just close your eyes. Then on an exhale, we'll just come down to our seat. I did so much breath work the last 2 days in my little course, and it is freaking amazing what it can do for you. I was pretty blown away. But we're just going to come seated in just easy pose, so legs crossed. Take a big breath. Exhale, ground through the sit bones. And on an inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, just take a little easy twist. So your left hand can come to your right knee, right arm behind you. On the exhale, let's really squeeze into the belly. Close your eyes, really relax through the face. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the left. So your right hand can come on that left knee, left arm behind your back. On the exhales, really squeeze through the belly. Couple breaths, really relax through the shoulders and the face. Awesome. One big inhale. And then exhale, return to center. Well, let's take a couple head rolls. If you want to roll the shoulders at the same time, whatever feels really good for you, just kind of roll it all out. Couple breaths here. Focus on really big inhales and exhales and moving really nice and slow. Awesome. Couple more breaths. Find those crunchy spots. Awesome. And then you can come to a neutral spine. And we're just going to roll down onto our backs. So you can roll down. I just don't want you looking right into my pants, but we're going to get into bridge pose. So let's see. Make sure you can see me. So you're on your back, and your feet are going to be about hip-width distance apart. Tickle for the backs of your heels. See if you can touch them. And then your palms are flat on the ground. Tuck your shoulder blades under your back. Your neck's nice and long. Then inhale, just roll on up. And if it's accessible to you, you can clasp your hands under your back and tuck your shoulders in even more. This gives you a little more height. Breathe here. Really press through the feet. Get even higher. Focus on your breathing. Another big inhale. Exhale, release. And just let your knees fall side to side. So you're going to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Really press through whatever leg's on top. So you're bringing them over, right leg's on top. Press that knee away so you get that nice stretch across the whole top of the thigh and hip. Back and forth. Maybe see if you can feel that nice lower back massage while you're rocking side to side. Really press your glutes into the mat on the roll. And then inhale, come on back up to center. And we're just going to take our knees and our hands and kind of roll them around in the hip sockets. Or roll your legs around in the hip sockets, I guess. Rocking side to side, whatever last little movements you need. Then on an inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really nice big squeeze. Sometimes I like to kiss the tops of my knees for some gratitude for myself. And squeeze everything. Squeeze your face, squeeze your legs, squeeze your belly as hard as you can. Take a big inhale and then exhale, release it all. We're going to come into Savasana. If you want to sit, if you prefer that, or you're just joining in and you want to just sit and listen along, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, if you want to take Savasana, take it nice and wide. Maybe grab something to cover your eyes or put a pillow under your knees. And just allow the feeling of the mat touching your back or the carpet or the floor, and then vice versa, your back touching. Maybe imagine yourself sinking down into the ground. Just relaxing every single muscle in your body. And just keep breathing there. If you want to take one big inhale, maybe a big exhale out the mouth. And close the eyes, and we're just going to do a little light scan through the body. So again, you can totally be laying down in Savasana. You can be seated and cross-legged. You could be sitting on a chair. You could be laying on the couch or in bed. Whatever feels best for you right now. And we're just going to start with the very tips of the toes. So imagine this little fuzzy white light tickling the tips of your toes. It's bringing warmth, relaxation, muscle healing, just, the ability to use your toes and walk. And then imagine this energy is really healing. So any ailments you have, it's going to take away for you. And just watch that little fluffy, warm, white light kind of move across your whole foot. So it's going to surround and wrap around the bottom of your foot, back up to the top, and it's kind of just coming around and wrapping around your foot really, really slowly the whole time. It's just bringing relaxation and healing energy. You can slowly move up to your ankles. So see that fuzzy white light just wrapping around, starting from your foot all the way to your ankle now, just wrapping it in healing energy. Slowly moving up. So from the ankle, maybe we're coming up to the calf, very base of the calf, kind of touching a little bit of the shins. Notice anywhere that might feel a little stiff. Really focus that little ball of light in that area. And we're going to slowly work up the calf to the mid-calf. With another inhale, maybe it's creeping up to the base of the back of the knees. Just keep watching that ball of warm, healing light traveling from your toes slowly, slowly up, working its way towards the knees. And then it's working its way past the knees, up towards the thighs. So again, it's just wrapping itself slowly from your toes all the way up the legs. And then when it gets up both legs, envision that those two light energy balls that were working their way up from the toes come in conjunct and they join right in the sacral area, so right in the pelvis area. So imagine they're wrapping, they come around the back maybe, and then kaboom, they come together right in the pelvic sacral area, and they create even more of a forceful kind of little light energy ball that's surrounding your body. So now this singular point of energy is wrapping itself from the pelvic area around the hips and around the low back. And I know a lot of people have ailments and sensitivities in these areas. So really, really focus on this little light being bringing healing to those parts of your body that need it. Imagine what your hip would feel like if it didn't hurt in those certain places, and really send that healing energy into those places, into the body, as it wraps its way all the way up. So maybe it's as far as the navel now, working its way up to the low ribs, bringing that nice warm energy, that healing, maybe a little bit of electrical sensation. Keep working that all the way up with your breath. Really, really focus on this one source of healing energy that's transforming your body from the toes up. Keep going. Maybe it hits the heart space. Take a pause there. Notice what you're feeling. Maybe it's gratitude for your body, or maybe you're thinking of a loved one, or just the collective whole. Maybe you have some fear or anxiety in there. Just feel whatever that is, no judgment. And breathe in that space for a couple more breaths. So you're right in that heart space with that big glowing ball of healing energy. Really feeling what that feels like. And then imagine it's done all the healing in that space that it possibly can. So it's going to start wrapping around this kind of area, maybe around the neck, the upper shoulders, and it's just kind of hanging out there. Put some extra breath into relaxing through the shoulders and the front of the chest. And then it's going to come right to the throat chakra. And that spot is where it's going to split into 3. So right from this throat area, you're going to have one shooting off down the left arm, one down the right arm, and then one's going to continue up all the way across the face into the crown of the head. Imagine that happening really slowly. So every little centimeter of your body is getting wrapped with this light kind of little warm healing ball. So it's wrapping around the neck, maybe hitting the jaw, relaxing through there, through the tongue and the nose and kind of the sinus area. Wrapping down around the biceps, working its way all the way down to the elbows on both arms. Allow that healing, those balls that are going around your head, to the crown of the head, all the way down to your hands, your wrists, your fingertips. When the one gets to the crown of the head, just imagine you're taking this energy and you're just going to bring it right back in, down into you. Take it all the way down your spine, every single vertebrae. And eventually it'll come all the way to your sit bones. And then kind of like I said yesterday, those sit bones are plugged in almost like an electrical outlet. So just imagine all of that healing energy was just wrapped around you and all your ailments were taken away. And then we're just taking that, cleaning through the spine and shooting that right back into the earth to be recycled. So you're taking any sort of ailments, anxiety, fear, anything, and you're just putting that right into the ground, where Mama Earth can recycle it for you and turn it back into kind of this light, loving, healing energy. And if you're still joining me, just keep breathing. And then whenever you're ready, you can start to deepen your breath. Maybe big exhale out the mouth. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then if you are ready and want to come to a seated and join me, you can. If you're already there, just bring your hands to your heart. We'll just take a couple breaths. One more really big collective inhale. Big exhale. Thank you all for coming again. If anyone's on still and wants me to read their cards really quick, well, not, I have time, so I guess I'm not in any sort of hurry for anything lately, so quickly would not be the word there, but if anyone wants a card reading, let me know. Like I said, I'm trying to convert everyone over to my Twitch page, which I'm kind of working on. I definitely need to get a light in here, which should happen today, and then yeah, I just need to figure out how to make myself banners and stuff like that. So it's been a learning process, but it's been really fun and kind of cool to create a little page that I feel like is an expression of myself. But if you have any questions or comments or need anything from me, have any time concerns or just need anything at all, let me know. Otherwise, I'll be here tomorrow at 10 again. Same kind of thing, about an hour, 45 minutes, a little flow in the beginning, a little guided meditation, and some singing bowls. So hope to see you tomorrow at 10 my time, which is in Colorado, so mountain time. I hope you guys have a really good Sunday. Cook lots of good food. Watch Sunday Soul Sessions by Blue on thecreatecommunity.com. It's at 12:15 my time. She's phenomenal. You gotta watch her. It's a free platform. It's easy to sign up. Alrighty, well, hope you guys have a good day. Bye-bye. Hi, Jamie.